from your soul, or at least speak from your mouth. Don't feel too many things or you will get kicked out of the museum. And I got much inside of me except silly string and anxiety. Pull my arm and I could cry or sing. From the distances away the hollow words it'll be okay probably, and then it won't, so let's swim in the sea. Waves, 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 waves.
There you go. There we are.
I can't let anyone in. 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 I can't let anyone in.
Hello everyone. Hello to all my streamers and dreamers out there. I have been looking through the chat. Great to hear what everyone is drinking and eating. I'm tonight as we're about to get to as we're about to begin. I just ran back from the toilet, so I'm a bit out of breath. Yeah, who's ready to stream? This is a just to clarify, this is a little live stream director's commentary for a long old video I made a few years back now. I saw some people in the chat being like, "How's it been 3 years?" I know, right? Still out of breath from the toilet. I saw it come up on the text saying, "Oh, I'm just going to go to the loo," and I was like, "Oh, maybe I should." And it was a close call. It's fine now. We don't need to keep talking about that. Let's move on. Yeah, I'm just sipping, enjoying some water or H2O. For those in the know, I did discover hotkeys, and hopefully that drinking isn't too close to the mic. Anyway, we're gonna kick off with doing a little director's commentary at 7 p.m. I'm sort of just gonna. Take your time, slow breaths, thank you. Yeah, it's a fun mix of a quick rush back from the toilet combined with, doing a live stream, which I haven't done a live stream probably since, like, blog TV, was it? In, like, 2000, like that, over a decade ago. Oh, no, I think after graduating, I did do a live stream on Instagram where I ironed my clothes, and I think that sort of sums up the experience of post-graduation life. What are we saying in the chat? Hello everyone. Hello. This is so great. I'm loving this. Just enjoying the comments there. That's what I'm enjoying. So we'll kick off around 7 p.m. And I'll disappear into the top corner, like how you see them do it. Like sort of what is it? Reaction videos. Where people sort of they're trashing all their trash talking tubers, aren't they? And that'll be me, but instead of sort of trash talking other YouTubers, I'll be the YouTuber that I'll be sort of talking on. Hello, Lewis in the chat. Headphones over the beanie. Strong look, thank you. Without the hair, I wouldn't be able to see where I'm streaming, if I'm honest, because it's long at the minute. So the beanie is kind of keeping it safe, really. And now my hair almost has remembered the hat, which is kind of interesting. Whereas now I take the hat off and my hair is now constantly... It's interesting. I think I've changed my hairstyle, which I think is what we're here for in the chat, really, isn't it? All sort of the hair. Is this going to be saved afterwards? Yeah, hopefully. I did want to do a. That's fine. That's the last exhale. I think the breath's back. Someone said, "Is this going to be saved? This live stream?" And yes, I think so. I've always wanted to. I was going to do a director's commentary just as a vlog, and I did film it a few times, but it didn't feel right. So I was just like, let's just do a live stream. Let's do a live stream because, what's the worst that can happen, basically?
You could accidentally disclose all your personal information, bank information, passwords, just a big secret that you have that you don't want anyone to...
I don't have a secret.
Oh, you don't really like apples.
Oh, no.
Yeah. What if you said, get that out there?
Too sweet.
No. Don't listen to this guy. Don't listen to this.
Yeah.
He's a piece of...
I thought he was...
What? So you're going to be okay. I disagree with him. I think Lowe's I'm the guy you need. I'm the guy you like. I'm the guy you... I'm like a... Look, I've got a different jumper. Just let me be here, can you? I'm like I'm the bad guy. You don't like apples?
Not really.
Alright, I'm going to walk off now. Alright, well... But... See ya.
Yeah, I haven't done a live stream. Does that normally sort of happen? And that's sort of almost the fun in the games that we've sort of we've jumped into today. Yeah, so this is it really. We'll jump into the live stream We'll jump. Actually, I do need to get. If we the video that I'm presuming most. I think everyone in the chat's probably seen the video. Like a dog or a boat, you tether it. Haven't said what it is. Like a dog or a boat, you tether it. Long old video. It's an hour and a half. And I'm going to just take a few moments to get my breath because which I think is fine. And just because let's all do it at home. We're about to jump into a big, old, long live stream. And it is an hour and a half, so we all need to be getting our rest back at home. We're enjoying a snack and we're sipping what we're sipping, but we will need to, it's a bit of a marathon. And also sometimes, no, but like a marathon, I don't want to undersell it. So like a marathon makes it sound like it'd be knackered by the end of it. But, I'll sort of be lowering the volume and giving a fun fact here and there. And maybe if it's a bit longer, I'll pause it. So it will be an hour and a half, but maybe a bit longer. We'll be done before midnight. Don't worry about it because I know how it is. It gets to midnight and you start panicking. You haven't had all your five a day, and you're just running around the house at 11:58, just cramming in what you can get like apples and berries and things. Because it's like, I haven't had my 5 a day. Someone said I picked an orange as a snack, and now my keyboard is sticky. Guys, we're gonna have to be careful if we're gonna have oranges. But yeah, we I'm just gonna. Yes, Ryan in the chat, Aquanoctis, where's his comment? He said, I've got what's he saying? Got that stream adrenaline pumping. Exactly, it's exactly that. You can hear it, can't you? Little shake. But it's good. It's fun. There's quite a lot of people here. Hello. This is fun. Just moving the chair in, and we're 3 minutes away as well, so this is all good really. Everyone's coming in the door. Come in, you're getting settled. That's a big part of the experience, isn't it? Settling in. I didn't want to come straight off the the intro and suddenly we're in. This is just to get everyone in. How good's the artwork as well that my brother did, Aquanoctis? Lovely. What chair are you sitting on? Lewis said. Well buddy, I'll just while we're here actually, just a bit of a wooden, just this, which just gets me closer to. You can see another chair in the background. Mr. Chair's over here. That chair can't quite get as close for the hotkeys. But anyway, we're all here. We're going to do a director's commentary for Like a Dog About You Tether It, a long old video I made in 2018, and I thought it'd be nice to celebrate it a little bit. And it's a video about locking myself out accidentally of my bedroom, and the sort of journey I go on with my headphones over my hat to get back in, about home, family, words. I sometimes say it's about words in the sense that kind of everything's about words, isn't it? Someone said you may need a bum pillow. No, so a bum for the stream. Thank you, Natalie. That's a good point. I'm actually that's a good point. I feel like I'm getting ready to go back to the cinema again. That's great news. I could get up and turn the lights off and it'll be almost like the proper cinema experience. But anyway, we're going to have a good night. We're going to have a great night. We're going to have a great night. It said just says great night, but we're going to have a great night. I thought I put an A next to it. Someone said they already watched it yesterday in preparation. Didn't realise we were watching it. Yeah. This is a joint effort. This is all live and alive. Breathing away from the mic. This is great. Hello to everyone. Thank you for being here. This is genuinely so nice to see all these comments from people. Where's everyone from as well? That's a good question. Just to quickly get in before a minute. Just where's everyone from around the world? Where are we all tuning in for this stream? But yeah, we'll be jumping into a minute. Last question as well. Once we've all said where we're from in the world, which is just quite interesting, I think. The most important question after that is, we've already asked it, but we'll end this segment by who is ready to stream? Because we're going to be streaming, and there were other ones as well. Actually, that was just that one was stream. If you want to go faster, we're gonna make your streams come true. We're gonna do. And full stream ahead we had as well, and it's 7, so I think full stream ahead indeed. And I don't know about this. This is the... we'll just do a quick... Because let's jump into it. We don't have all night. Oh, we do. That's the problem, isn't it? Little joke. I was always going to say at the end of this segment, I was going to say, all right, guys, let's jump into it. We're going to begin. Guys, just a quick word before we begin. And it's not really anything, is it? Like, it's a quick word, isn't it? Like, it's a nice cars make. All right, I'm going to go into the corner now and comment on this video. 3 years since it released. Thank you for everyone who's here. And I'm lost sip. H2O. Okay, let's jump into it. So this is Like a Dog About You Tether It. And director's commentary. Oh yeah, Sippin, that's already there. And it begins.
I used to believe as a kid that when someone passed away and you went to heaven, an angel would wheel out an old TV, like a substitute teacher would at school, and pop in a VHS copy of all your life's memories.
I originally, when I was going to start this video, and this is the director's commentary, guys, we're in now, I was really nervous about, like, originally I didn't think I was going to be making a long video, and I was so sort of conscious about, I wanted to get into it. Originally the video was going to be starting with me just, me locking myself out. I wanted it to open with the door closing, but I kind of realised the more I'd kind of been away from YouTube for 2 years, and I felt like I had to. Well, I didn't have to, but I felt like later on for the door thing to kind of mean anything, I kind of wanted to establish and remind myself as well who I was, and sort of set up a few sort of new beliefs and mentioning this angel stuff. I thought
Some sort of intergalactic
would
parents'
hopefully,
evening.
you know,
He's
be
been a naughty
like,
little boy when he was 11.
Who I
We
am
often just
a bit
spend
more so then when I lock myself out, it's just a
staring
random
up at
person screaming their
ceilings,
door
like
shut.
defining what
You know.
we'd like to say to people. And so I think I just like the idea of finding a way to capture those sort of sleepless nights.
And that's Stitch, guys. I'm hugging Stitch there, bottom left.
Speeches in the darkness, and
From Lilo and Stitch.
that creak of the floorboard was actually an angel making notes of it to share it all later. Because you never really know who someone is when they're alone.
Hello?
But with this sort of system, I was 12. I thought, well, at
It's
least
a beard, isn't it? That's the thing as well. It's a beard.
you could just relive every moment of your life again.
I remember as well. I'll try not to.
Every moment. It was a bit like torture. Just
No, I was going to say maybe mute it, but it's fine. Ignore me.
Cool. It is quite hard to say things.
I was really I really wanted to have a story arc with my beard where the end I was going to shave my beard. It was going to be. I just tried to I thought that's how you did storytelling. You do something at the beginning and then you just do the opposite at the end. And is that how story arcs work? I mean, kind of, but I kind of got a bit too obsessed with the beard. That's why I'm wearing a beard. I'm not wearing a beard.
So if you didn't know how to put something into words, instead you could just put it into the future. Later. Later. Lovely bit of later. So this way I think I liked it eventually.
Thank you. Someone said this saying things montage is so fantastic. I really like that bit, and I got quite a few people have asked as well, like how much of when I make videos and include sort of footage of outside sort of bits like that, which are almost a bit surreal, like seeing a message that was clearly meant for someone just
I
abandoned.
think we all like the idea of someone.
You know, it kind of feels a bit unreal. And like I've had a few people asking, like, is it fake, or you know, did I actually find it? And I think a lot of the stuff is like, if you paid attention and filmed everything that you saw and just got rid of all the boring bits and then put it together, everything would feel like it sort of means something. Eventually, that didn't make any sense.
Must be awkward being an angel, just looking over someone. I had to look over someone's script at university the other day, and I didn't really know what to say. I was just like, yeah, it's good. No, it's good, yeah. I keep going. Like, I can't even really remember.
But yeah, I really I have a bit of backstory. I started working on this, or I started thinking about I wanted to make Jesus. By the way, yeah, I didn't mention there was Jesus in my video. I kind of blame Star Wars in a way. I love Star Wars, but I made a video which was 30 minutes at the end of 2015, which was about Star Wars. And after I made that, I was like, I mean, I like Star Wars, but maybe not enough to have made a 30-minute video about it. I wonder what it would be like if I made a 30-minute thing about something personal.
The beard. Tell me this isn't real.
Stuff about the beard.
Which sounds like, yes, I just received
devastating news. Tell me this isn't...
I mean, this long hair and the beard is nothing compared to what's under this old beanie. Anyway, yeah, so I kind of wanted to, I kind of just thought, like, wouldn't it be quite fun to make something longer, and it kind of...
His phone, yeah.
Got away from me, but...
Right, do you have your phone? No!
I really like this. I was so happy when this kept happening.
We're fine!
The distant, like, my parents being in the distance.
Have a
as I'm trying to film.
conversation. That's too far. We're like 2 fields away. That's insane. What? What? What?
And when I was putting those together, again, like, this is what I was kind of saying about wanting to sort of set up the video a bit more, like my sort of self-doubt of being like, people, I can't make an hour and a half video, like I just want to jump straight to just the door opening. This is what I kind of meant, where I kind of wanted to set it up a bit and like introduce, I mean, I guess it's like yeah, just like you introduce people in a film, and I really like that bit of talking to my parents, and then at the end it being paralleled with like me just sitting down and just we're opposite each other at a table. And I quite like that sequence as well, because it's I think it's quite funny. I really just shouting over a long distance I always quite funny, but also like I think it shows that there is sort of a bit of distance that I've become aware of, if not only subconsciously in the video, that I'm then trying to sort of breach and get back in, which is the door metaphor, which comes later. It's a director's commentary.
Not a euphemism. I don't know what that would even be a euphemism for. I'm just going to stop talking.
I'm obviously just going to have to keep this big old main one shut.
University bedroom there.
And instead of...
That's a good insight, actually. And that's a plate on the side. I do think I should have maybe showed more of my because the whole video is about locking myself out of my university bedroom and having a big old existential crisis about it. I just realised the little white box. I mean, I did that, but I forgot I did it. I feel like I should have, because I should have showed my university bedroom a bit more, especially because later, me and my friend Lillian, we made a miniature version of my bedroom, which, like, Lillian did most of it. The detail of it is really great, and it's like, I mean, this will come later in the video, but I didn't actually get a shot or like do a little tour of my university bedroom, which maybe I should have, but anyway, it's 3 years ago, but you know.
Like it belongs to an experiment, like someone with no obvious taste. Freaky Friday, they spoil it in the title, just call it Friday, a few more surprises. Next to that we got Passion of the Christ, which that would have still made sense if it had the same title, Freaky Friday. This is where I sleep, where I go to bed.
He's just joking, isn't he?
Go to bed. Bed is a destination. What'd you do at the weekend, Marge? Did you go anywhere nice?
But
Yeah, my brother
way,
actually used to have a secret base under this.
I was
bed
looking at
called
comments.
Unpaused.
Sorry, I'll quieten it. I hope the volume's okay, by the way. It's an interesting balance trying to look at the comments as well as the video, so hopefully the volume's okay. But when I'm editing when I was editing this video, I was always trying to think of footage that, even though sometimes like it seems like, you know, I'm always trying to think of things that could relate to the theme of being like locked out or separated or distanced from something.
I can. Look, this is my corner down here. Remember?
Which is kind of why I like set this bed bit as well, because it's kind of just just funny boys under a bed, isn't it? Sometimes. I don't know what I was saying. I was trying to think. Oh yeah, like whenever I'm filming or editing something, I guess I get quite a few comments or like tweets sometimes being like, how do I edit or put things together to make it seem like it's always you know, things link up and stuff, or they share the same theme, I guess. And like, yeah, when I'm editing, especially when I was editing this video, I was always thinking, like, obviously I love vlogging, like, and unashamedly I would say like, yeah, this is a long old vlog, because I'm always thinking, yeah, so is this a fun thing to put in a vlog, but also how does it link to me locking myself out? And this is kind of feels like a bit of a precursor to well, I'm in a hole under my bed. I'm speaking over this bit, but if you're unfamiliar, if you haven't watched it in a while, me and my brother, we used to have a little den under our bed, and I kind of like the idea that being trapped somewhere when I was young was like, or not trapped, but being enclosed somewhere was kind of a comfort, and just all that really.
And on disposable, because the photos were like, on disposable camera, not because I myself am disposable. Even though I did spend so long trying to take that photo, you can see in the background.
Why did you choose to
move on as a family
video
without me?
quality
You guys go in. They're gone.
filming bits? A good question. I love mixing things up, and like when I was a kid, I would always do like scrapbooks and stuff, and I really like how different material, like that's why I love vlogging so much, like, and what vlogging can do as like a format, because you can, I mean, with any film really, but I think vlogging gives you so many more excuses, I guess, to just put any material you want in it, from like animation to phone footage, and I feel like each one can say something different. Like phone footage feels a lot more casual and a bit more like this is off the fly. Something's on the fly, off the cuff, I guess. And then if you're filming with a bit more of a proper camera, it's a bit more like, okay, this is a bit more considered. Maybe is this something that we should be listening to, because it's a bit more like, feels more of a thing, I guess, to answer your question. I just think everything, it's like a scrapbook, I guess. I like that. I guess I'm trying to read all the comments. This is really cool. Thank you for being here, everyone.
It would be weird, but you know, we're all family.
Again, cereal box. I remember when I saw that again with my friend Lillian, who helped build the miniature set. Cereal boxes all the same. Very excited about that. I love things like that, little bits like feel like they're glitches in the Matrix, or like little things where like the universe feels like it's aligning with where you are in life, like thinking about family, and then you see just a box of cereal, which maybe was also the same cereal you would eat as a family. And that's what I love about filming. You can kind of give a link to those random spiraling thoughts and give it a bit of a texture or something. So a great thing about university, so like that was that shot with all the gravity stuff. 4 or 5 of my friends just were willing to, when I asked them to help out and just lift stuff up. And I feel like that's again a good example of what vlogging can do. It can often turn like disappointment or your plans not going the right way into better choices. For example, I'll clarify what I meant by that, because I said that weird, but like for example, that float and gravity thing, I originally wanted to rent like a super slow-mo camera and then drop a load of things and then reverse it to make it look like because I thought that would look cool, but I couldn't. They're very expensive to rent a big old slow-mo camera, and also it's kind of dangerous to be dropping lots of things, and also I don't know technically I was going to do it, so I was a bit disappointed until I just thought it'd be nice to get my friends to lift it up, and I kind of like that it gives it a bit more of again, that's what I was saying, like I was disappointed. It's like, oh, renting cameras are so expensive, but I love with vlogging, it's like you can redo it and it's fine, and it's like feels a bit more human, I guess. I'll just pop that back up for a ramble.
I mean, I guess sometimes you can't help but wonder where it's all
Hello,
going to end
Nathan,
up.
How do you balance filming life and living it?
Found myself thinking quite a lot
That's
about
a big question, but one
self-publishing. It was a book about happiness.
I do think about a lot, I guess. And I think that is a good question. I think with this as well, I kind of, because it was kind of when I say like I was working on this video for 2 years, I wasn't actively, a lot of that was just thinking. There's a swan. Should we just get some volume on this?
Situation in life. Which was good.
I thought the swan made a noise for some reason. In my memory, I thought the swan did like a. That's a swan, isn't it? Just quick regrets with friends. Anyway, question balancing between like film and life. I often think about that, and when I was editing this video in those 2 years, or thinking about it, I felt like, looking back, I kind of realised my whole approach changed. Like I kind of, at the start of 2016, I kind of really I looked back on my, YouTube videos I'd made, and I did a lot of like Project Frawson videos with my dad about Parkinson's disease. And I kind of realised over the years that I'd stopped doing those, or when that yearly event came up, I hadn't done it. And I was like, I kind of wanted to do something more in depth. And originally I was like, at the start of 2016, I was like, right, I'm going to make a proper documentary that's like, you know, interviewing the person who's actually dealing with this thing, and it's a bit more directly about one thing, and it's about that. And as I tried to film that, I found it very, very hard. And already I love documentaries and have a huge respect for people who film tricky things, but like, I was just like, this is so tricky to just like, I suddenly discovered this weird new relationship with my camera where I was just like, I was physically kind of struggling to bring it up to film like people I'm very close to. And I was kind of beating myself up about like wanting to you know, I want to capture the truth of it. You know, I was 19. I think everyone, you know, I was like, I was like, you know, I want to capture the truth of exactly how it is. And then I kind of realized, well, you know, what is truth, guys? It's a big question. But also, you can't. I think as soon as I realized that you can't actually capture life how it is, I realized I could capture it, because instead of trying to sort of capture like you know, how something actually is, or an objective thing, I realized that I could instead like just try and capture the emotions of it. Ramble. I didn't really answer that question of how you balance it.
Everyone is like a genie in the world. We all have the ability to make anything possible. We just have to make the difficult journey.
I just think sorry, I was just having a little think. I'm reading the comments. Yeah, I think yeah, the difference what I realize is that like truth and meaning are kind of often described as like the same thing, but like often with filming, specifically filming, what is said to be like the truth is kind of often like nothing more than a meaning. So I kind of realized that the irony of filming your own life is that you kind of have to realize you can't truthfully film life until you realize you can't, because that is when you sort of begin to do so a bit more honestly, and you'll start becoming more concerned with like an emotional timeline rather than a logical one, if that makes sense. Because it's like filming is kind of inherently untruthful. Like every edit technically is kind of a lie, isn't it? Because you're deleting something what was there, and even just bringing a camera up into frame is people are going to be either acting differently to try and save themselves from being portrayed how they don't want to, or maybe giving the camera person what they think they want. So I think as soon as you realize that you can't capture life, but you can capture filmed life, and it's a completely separate thing. Yeah, I'm just a big fan of like trying to create a bit more of like an emotional timeline rather than maybe a logical one. Like for example, you know, I mean, I won't say which bits but there's a lot of things in this video where, you know, due to editing, it's like they're coming one after the other, and it's sort of a coherent chronological sequence. But a lot of things in this video, you know, there's months or years between the clips, and maybe they're backwards rather than forwards, which, you know, if you explain that to someone, it kind of could feel dishonest. If you're talking about life, sure, but in a video, you know, that's closer to how it felt, you know, when in your head when you're remembering something, events are flicking and changing places. So that's what I love editing. I'm not necessarily talking about this video now, but I genuinely love what vlogging can do, and like autobiographical documentaries and stuff, and filming your own life. This is my friend Lewis.
New messages.
I spoke for a long time. But yeah, to answer, that was such a long answer, I'm sorry, but to answer the question, you balance the filming life and living life by realizing you can't film life. It's and not in a bad way, but just realizing you're creating something new. And then it kind of frees you up a bit, because it's like, oh, okay, I don't have to actually create exactly how it is. I can just focus on how it felt and muck around, and just, you know, not think that you're lying by doing multiple takes or flipping a sequence, or, you know, deleting 5 years between two clips just to put them next to each other. Yeah.
You could guess what I'd done.
Anyway, I've locked myself out. I spoke for so long, I rambled for so long, I've now locked myself out.
Even now in the voiceover, just sitting downstairs in the living room, only 30 minutes after it's happened. We're still. Someone
said, I guess that wasn't actually your landlord there in the voicemail.
I don't want to bog the voice.
I mean, I spoke over the clip. I'm pretty sure my landlord references the fact that his line is exposition to not lock myself out.
I was filming something for this video. I just wanted a shot of me opening my door.
But yeah,
that backfired, didn't it?
That's big. How do I... Oh wait, I see the problem.
Why were you saying oh no if you didn't realise? No.
Oh shit.
definitely in there?
Yes.
But you know what they say, when one door closes...
We might be able to get in the window.
So anyway, just to clarify what's happened in the video so far, which is I've now locked myself out of my bedroom.
A situation. Try lots of things. Try your friend's keys in the door.
No.
And give it 2 tough tugs. Elliot got his saw
Good
out.
thing you had your camera with you. Yeah, seriously, like, it's very interesting to think what would have happened if I didn't have my camera with me, because I did invest a lot of time in turning what was just an accident into a long old 2-year journey of trying to understand sort of my life a bit. So yeah, who knows what would happen if I did my camera with me. Alright, give the landlord a call. But in the moment, I can't tell you how excited and happy I was. Like, that's what I love about vlogging as well, is like, if you have your camera on you, however bad a situation is, you kind of know you're getting something else out of it. Like, I mean, maybe that's not necessarily that healthy, but no, I think it is. Personally, for me, I if everything. I was just giving you a call. This is me genuinely on the phone to my landlord.
I've been an idiot.
Because I've got keys to our doors. Unfortunately, I've made the silly mistake of closing my door with my key on the other side. Sorry about that. Sorry again. Yeah, he's away for the weekend.
Oh no.
Guess I just start my new life outside the door now. That's how we start measuring life now. Before and after door. Lovely door. Nice door. Couldn't have happened to a phone call. I love that. I don't know what could be happening behind the door. Now that I'm not there, anything could be happening. Yeah, I like how... That's, again, I guess what I was saying about the... if something goes wrong, we have a camera, it kind of opens up a little parallel line to the event where you can be aware that the... hey, mini bedroom, that's what I mentioned. Oh, no, this isn't good. Alright, don't worry, no worries.
Sure, everything's fine.
No worries about it, man. Alright.
To replay the message,
Yes.
press 1. To replay the message, press 1.
Someone just said sorry in the chat. I don't know if that was about something I said to them. Sorry if I said something, if it comes weird. But yeah, I like that if you have a camera on you, you kind of... That's my friend Lewis on the drum again. Thanks, man. Sounds like really good miniature. Thank you. Yeah, me and my friend Lillian did that. I wish I'd showed a shot of my actual bedroom though, to like, because it was actually quite accurate.
It is annoying. I got everything behind that door. Laptop. Everything. Oh no, I know it sounds like I'm just going on a bit now, but I was speaking to someone the other day at university about a similar thing though, because I bought a DVD, and I was complaining about it. I bought this DVD.
Also, when I was sat outside the bedroom then, when all the smoke and fire's coming in, I don't have a beard, and then when it match cuts, I have the beard. So I was really working on a whole story with the beard there. I was like, this beard's gonna be it, man. It's more about the beard than the door at one point.
At once, just because I'm annoyed there's not a director's commentary doesn't also mean in the same sentence I'm saying, and also I love poverty. I want bloopers and for famine to end. I got stopped in the high street the other day by people who were raising like awareness for global warming. And I kind of
this bit, it was something I've been thinking about a lot of the time. That whole idea of like vlogging as well, and filming your life, and like, it's, you know, it is, you know, you've got to be self-aware that it's self-indulgent, isn't it? Especially sharing it online. Not saying that's a bad thing, but you know, especially when I was making this video, I was like, that bit that I just mentioned about like, you can be upset about multiple things, and it doesn't mean that you don't care about something else. I kind of wanted to mention something like that, trying to find a way into this video. Maybe out of insecurity, I don't know, that I was just like, I know I've just made an hour and a half vlog about locking myself out of my door, but just because I think it's something that it's important to realise, and to not invalidate your own sadness, and to realise that however insignificant something seems, you can be just as you can be upset about it and not be like, oh, there's other things that are worse. You know, it's not like a lottery where any one thing gets to be said, sort of thing.
Boys with doors. Dudes with doors.
I'm the only one in fancy dress. I think that maybe that was me trying to say something.
Great.
I loved that chat.
Phenomenal.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Really great.
That's best.
Phenomenal.
It's the anecdote, a slice of my life. It's the anecdote. You can cry if you like. It's the anecdote. No lies, it's just my.
Again, just so grateful for friends there at the back who just gave up like their evening just to let me talk to them and tell them an anecdote and me locking myself out.
Fuck.
It's the anecdote.
Do you remember when that song was everywhere? Clap along if it's happy. That was everywhere,
It's a
wasn't
hard
it?
thing to style out.
It's relatable.
Whole flight of stairs, unless by the bottom stair you have died. And I just stood up, and I had the best night of my life that night because I was almost so embarrassed. There was nothing more to be embarrassed about.
Again,
I
the
feel almost
originally I was
reborn,
going to
dusting myself
upload
off. Okay, right, cool,
the
now
locking
I've
myself
been
out my
reborn.
door
People would see
thing
me
just
at
as
my
its
lowest
own
point.
like small
At the
4 or 5
bottom of the
minute
stairs,
vlog,
there was nothing
and I
more
just
to be
held on
lost.
to it for some reason
I
and
just sort of
didn't
walked
ever
around
release
and
that
had
because
such a good night.
I don't know. The more
Enjoyed the
I
rest of the
started
party
thinking
with
about just
almost
things in my
outside the car.
personal life, the more
Not usually as good at parties though.
that's the most money I've ever spent on a video. Is a fun fact.
Conversation.
I mean, it's not really a fun
I'm actually
fact. It's
still
quite
there trying to wrap
it's
it
a
up.
bad fact economically. Cost a lot. Breakaway bottles. Anyway, let's not get into the fun. I completely forgot what I was saying there, but yeah. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there.
Did the door just open?
Brain.
Oh yeah. Also, I'm dressed as
Hello.
Mike McFly in that and in the Back to the Future thing
It's probably edit.
in the party scene.
It's in Wales.
Oh.
Oh, someone said, "What does fancy dress mean?" Just in a costume.
Yeah, Moses.
Yeah, I think we are. Hello.
And
Look at me getting mad.
just
Better
chatting
sing this
voice
loud.
chuckling on the sofa.
Elliot. Oh, it's Elliot. It's Elliot. It's in the toilet. How are you?
I'm going to get up in a sec. It's a bit weird talking through a door.
Is it?
I loved it when Elliot said it was a bit weird talking through a door. Because I was like, yeah, mate, it probably is. I'm doing an 1.5-hour video about it and I'm making the door a metaphor, buddy.
I'll have to put subtitles on that.
Did you even understand it?
It's like a dysfunctional. We're like a dysfunctional couple trying to get back together.
So who keeps splitting up and getting back together?
Like I pick my camera up for a week and I'm like, right, I'm gonna film everything,
Hmm.
and then something happens and I'm like, oh,
I'm never gonna film again.
but I still love it.
Yeah, this bit I was kind of... Anyway, I said I made that 4 to 5... Originally, it was just like a 4 to 5, just a fun, wacky vlog. I locked myself out and it was just going to be sort of... But I found myself keep coming back to this footage. But I kind of realised I had more to say about it for some reason. And a lot of this stuff, like the party, about like anxiety and... it just... yeah, I just realised that kind of like symbiote in Spider-Man, just naturally a lot of things that were on my mind just kind of got attached to this door footage, and it kind of really grew.
That? Oh no, don't you think? That's a good grown up. No, that's a young. No. Just don't. Just he's talking voice.
Beard again.
Didn't even realise we're going away with extended family.
I was really on. I was like, this beard's gonna have a story arc, man. Forget the door metaphor. Let's think about a bit beard metaphor.
No one will discover the scene for weeks. Train of flipping out. I was going to say train of thought was going through my head or something, and I tripped down a hole, so it kind of ruined it. If I kept this in, it would ruin it.
You know, the next time if we kept walking.
And also, weirdly, I felt like there had to be a lot more door stuff. I was like, weird. I filmed like throughout the video in the later half. I could sort of go home, in these sort of returning home part 1, returning home part 2. Originally, I was filming that. Oh, hello, my friend Chris is in the chat. Hello, Chris. He was one of the party goers. He lifted up a door. He lifted up a chair. Oh, anyway, the reason I like the mistake of, or like originally I wanted to do slow-mo dropping objects in that gravity scene, and then instead I like it that it's people's hands holding it, and like, I don't know, I like the idea that, people behind objects and things and all that sort of shit.
So I've seen Stonehenge now, tick that off the bucket list. You may say, oh, it doesn't count, Mars, if you have to squint to see it from the motorway. Well, no, actually, because on my bucket list, it was to see Stonehenge from the motorway. So I'll start sending postcards from places I didn't quite get to.
I'm very bad at losing my train of thought, so I'm sorry if that becomes annoying. When I originally these going home things, like I filmed them, I can't even remember if I was going to put it in this video, like attach it, like put it in the same video with the locked out the door footage. I just know that I wanted to make more of a documentary that was about my family and like Parkinson's, I guess. So I was kind of filming this, and then the more sort of like tricky I was finding it, I kind of was like, well, maybe I should make a document or like a vlog about how it's tricky to do something or it's tricky to say something. And then I was like, well, how do you make a video about how it's tricky to say something when it's tricky to say something? Or like, and I was just like, is that just a bit like rubbish, just trying to make a video, like, I don't know, trying to like, you know, making something about how it's tricky to make. I don't think it necessarily is that, but for me, when I was filming it, it felt a bit like, yeah, it was a real relief though when I was editing it, and I was just like, I should include these going home bits as like a big part of it, and let sort of the footage I have tell the story rather than trying to seek out stuff that I'm finding tricky. Like, it was kind of nice to just think, and I think as well, it maybe let me accept just more of the bits that aren't big scary stuff in life, and just sort of the small nice bits of going home and enjoying fun times a bit more. Again, sorry, that was I'm rambling.
Oh no! What can I used to be now?
Again, I love that bit. My dad just knocking on some random person's door. It's all doors, guys, in this one. Let's make sure. See the beards or doors in this one, guys.
Smell whiffed him. Oh, you smell that?
Genuine, the worst smell.
That is a terrible smell.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Look, shoes.
Also, I don't think it's clear, but I'm saying it's lovely, isn't it? I think to my aunt or cousin or something.
Yeah, among.
I like how we're immediately saying how awful it smells, and they're just, this is great.
Suggestions I'm throwing out. There's a swimming pool.
Good thing about the countryside is you can sort of just come here and just take a moment, clear your mind.
I'm not going to do that every time a door isn't shut.
Oh yeah, that's done it. That's done it now, that's amazing. In the house we're staying at, there's an inspirational message that says, friends are the family we choose ourselves, which is a nice reminder that as a family, none of us have a choice. I also got anything?
I found this bit really tricky, because this whole bit here is basically just to, you know, I wanted to get to, like, this is the middle of the video, I think, and I was like, I want to talk about how, you know, I used to do these Project for Awesome videos, and I cut, and it's a bit more tricky now, for whatever reasons I didn't really know at the time, so this whole bit here is basically just me trying to get around to mentioning that, and I didn't know how to do it in a funny way, or like in a creative way, until I realised, well, I don't have, like, it's okay to just say something, and then I think in a bit I literally just say it to the camera.
And each time I've come back home, I've been trying to film more with my camera, and each time it's just more stuff off the floor with all the conversations I've been trying to get just on the edges.
Let's just go down there.
It added to it.
I used to look at it.
How could I do this so easily once?
Also, in that party scene there, I'm sliding down the wall. I wish I'd got a shot of it. My brother, Aquanoctus, did a great artwork, great talented boy. He designed labels for the beer bottles, which were called like Locked Door Cider or something, and it's got like a really cool artwork. I was like, how did I not get a close up of that? But just know that we're drinking Locked Door Cider. It's all doors, isn't it?
I'm not. Oh, you came back from the future and you're like recording important things to find out where
I am. I just started watching a really good documentarian who's like views life in a really.
Brother, cutting cake.
It used to be simpler. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying.
I'm even boring myself.
I haven't for a while, but usually every year I try to sort of make a video for the Project for Awesome, which is like a yearly sort of charity event where YouTubers make videos on causes they care about. For mine, I tried to talk about like Parkinson's disease because my dad has it, and I tried to sort of interview him.
This is my dad. Oh. Yo, yeah, that would
When I was editing it as well, I was talking about the hesitation of kind of like, in my head I had the idea of what this video was, what I wanted it to be, and more about, obviously about the door, or like more sequences I should say, more actual visuals of seeing the door. And it wasn't until I realised they didn't have that footage, and realised the footage I did had, that the video, I don't know, I realised like a few years back, but like a story that you're telling is kind of at some point kind of becomes its own thing that you can't control, and you kind of just naturally have to let it do its own thing. And I say that, it sounds a bit like, oh, what's he talking about? But in terms of just like, for this, for example, just letting the footage I had and just putting it in the timeline and being okay, maybe it's okay that this goes there, you know, without me thinking, oh no, it should be more about the door, I should have more of the door. It's just like, I don't know, I guess just being more comfortable with what it is rather than what it should be.
The whole way upstairs about it. And I had my camera out, and I've just been meaning to film us chatting more. Because in the other videos, I never felt I really showed what it was really like, people I care about and the things they say and feel. I want to be able to show us those things back. And I was upstairs, and with my mum, she was speaking to me, and my finger just brushed the record button, and I just stopped filming. I just left the audio of what we were saying running underneath, just like a phone call, where you're simultaneously together and apart. It's like when you see your reflection in the mirror.
I'm not feeling very good.
I'm feeling fine.
Like this time last week, he was amazing. He cleaned 2 cars and he was brilliant. And then, like, you see him like that, and I love him. I hate the Parkinson's. I could take that out and put it in a box and lock it away. That's what I'd love to do with it.
A potential drug that could help Dad. We're not allowed to have it unless we pay for it in the middle. I don't get to do.
Sorry, I don't have to say sorry, it's fine.
Neurodegenerative brain disorder. There isn't anything they can do. I was crying, Dad was crying, and the nurse was crying.
I might start running.
Yeah, make sure you got proper trainers.
Oh, you're all crying?
Yeah.
Oh, why was the nurse crying?
You need a pair of proper trainers.
Yeah.
We were crying.
Stir-fried vegetables in a pass. Past? Pass.
No pass.
In a path.
Right.
Yeah, I was just giving you a call to ask how it went today.
We're still on the train at the moment. Can I call you when I get in?
Oh, okay, you going back home then?
Yeah, it didn't work, darling.
Oh, it didn't?
Again, this was kind of what I was saying about realizing that you can't capture life exactly how it is, and instead of focusing on your emotions, and like when you're editing something, following like an emotional timeline rather than a logical informational one. Like when I was editing this, I was like, these phone calls are really important to me. Should I provide context and say what bad thing happened or what thing should we talk about? But just hearing them out of context, I think, and give that unknowing and that confusion is kind of exactly how it feels, I think, when difficult things happen. And so I think not giving context or not feeling like I had to explain, like, this phone call was about this shit thing or this happened here, is kind of what I was saying earlier. Hopefully that makes sense when I was saying that it's a bit more just like, sometimes I feel like when you're filming something, the feeling's in there and you don't necessarily always have to explain. And I think the confusion or being like, why is he showing us these phone calls? What's going on? This is confusing and weird. Hopefully it's like, yeah, the confusion. Life's just like, yeah, you got a new life now. Here we go. You're like, oh, what happened to the other one? That was fine. That was the one we had. That was the one we had. And life's like, yeah, no, I don't really know, to be honest. But this is your new one. You walk in a different path now. And the hedges have sort of been trimmed down short enough, just short enough so you can see your other life over it. I imagine my mum and dad, when they were younger, like my age, would sort of walk around town holding hands and study other couples, older couples that walk past them and try to guess which one could be them. Couples who are 50 or 60 and laughing about what they'd be like at that age, and it always seeming like a lie, even trying to imagine being older. So when you get married, you're not expecting to be spending your life now thinking so much about parts of the brain you didn't even know had names in your 20s. If you came across a fork in the road, that would only mean it was probably a bit of cutlery that's fallen off the catering van for the wedding. Yes, I got very excited when I saw that fork in the road. Isn't it weird seeing all these people? This is kind of in the edit where I kind of again just let what I thought I wanted in when I was trying to make this video and the things I wanted to talk about, like push it aside and just let the footage that I did have. You know, I think someone asked me on Twitter like what was my favourite part of the video that I made, of this video, and I think it's maybe this sequence. I feel quite proud that it feels quite
We're still looking at it. Good picture.
like a bit tight. Like it's talking about your own work. There's always that pull in the back of your head where it's like, I don't want to sound like an artist talking about my own work. But there's got to be some point where you kind of realise it's like you've made something and it's okay to talk about something. But I kind of like how it feels a bit like it doesn't have a time to it. Like it's maybe like
everybody look like you're smiling. I mean, smile.
Like a bit dreamlike, but I was trying to create
moving,
like trippy maybe.
Are we moving?
Like with footage from all different times, all linking back and a bit again contextless. One of my favourite quotes about editing is like filmmaking creates, like documentary filmmaking creates a unified tissue of meaning rather than the tangled strands of separate moments forever lost to each other. That's what I love about editing, and I think for this bit I tried to do the opposite. And
art.
Just like random clips.
Art. Anyway.
Also, genuinely, that clip where we're looking at a thing, can't believe I didn't realise it was a skull. Again, this whole bit, I was obsessed with like continuity and how like every time you go back home, things are slightly different. And again, there was a whole like monologue of me like just like randomly chatting about continuity.
Must be so frustrating.
But again, it's kind of just like, again, great. I think my favourite bit of editing advice is just like, get rid of stuff. Like, don't be afraid to kill something that you really like. In terms of editing, guys, specifically, I'm not, you know, what's the quote? Kill your darlings or something. And there's
how we make,
like, yes, there was a big monologue about me being like, oh, continuity. Every time you go back home, it's different. And I just think the clips sometimes you just go.
Was asking people how are you.
It's okay, just let something be what it is sometimes.
Like I know I just say things are fine. I went to the doctors the other day and he said, how are you? And I said, yeah, I'm fine, thanks. He said, why are you here then? But how, I just don't know how I can, like, so I've tried to sort of think, like, even in just in day.
A bit slow on the hotkey there, sorry, I just said.
I always like it when someone walks past and just smiles at me. It's such a nice, small, little moment from another human you don't know. Just a reminder, an acknowledgement. We're all alive, we're all living our own lives, but here's a little...
But again, I'll just say this because I know what's coming up. The bit after this is me and my brother in the morning when because this is basically going back home part one, and I like how it starts off, we're going to a house in the countryside, and then it goes into me talking about my dad, like on a countryside walk that I went on, and then it felt like, again, kind of just accidentally, this is like, I like that it kind of feels like it doesn't really have a time, and it feels a bit dreamy. Like, is this the same countryside? I mean, it is, but, you know, is it, and then the bit after me and my brother in the morning, once we've woken up in the countryside, place where we're staying on a family weekend away, my brother, I said, like, I had a dream about time travel. I really liked just, it's things like that with editing. It's not even like, it doesn't even feel like you're bragging about, look at this good editing, because it's just kind of like, it feels like the universe is, you've just like, it's just like a puzzle piece a lot of the time with editing. And just, I love, I'm going to talk about coincidence now for a bit, because it's something that I'm not necessarily like, I think the thing I truly, like thing that I believe in a lot is coincidence is like everything, and not in like a dismissive way where like I don't see coincidence as just like two random things. It doesn't mean nothing. Oh, this is the
like, I wondered what you were doing in Dreamland, because you were laughing, chortling in your sleep.
Sorry, I didn't realise I was chortling.
Do you want to go over again? And then mumbling something like you just had an affirmation of saying like, oh.
I didn't realise I'd chortled.
Can you not remember what that dream was?
No, it was horrible. It was like time travelling.
In the morning. Yeah, it was a dream about doors and beards, Ryan.
And yeah, everyone is fighting their own battles. And
God, wouldn't it be great if it was if I'd had a dream about doors?
You are doing loads.
Had a big bushy beard, right? We've come to the. I made a vlog and everything was a metaphor. Anyway, guys, apologise because I completely forgot my train of thought of the thing I was saying previously. But hopefully it's fine and it's
too far.
It's okay.
Half thought of the latest. What is happening is the beginning. Goodbye, parents. Goodbye. The rest of the extended family has jumps back. We've come to a nice little. Oh wow!
And like. I was talking about coincidence. Yes, I remembered. Like stuff like this, like the street is called Hope Street. Like when you start filming stuff, that's what's great about editing. You don't have to include the bits you don't want to include, and it's not lying or it's not you being dishonest. Because again, it's like emotional timeline. How many times have I said that now? I'm a big fan of those words. They're not mine. I'll try and remember the book that I read that mentioned that. But like, you know, the fact that this street we're on is called Hope Street,
you need to do is be that person to start off, because once there's one person there, another will come, and another, and then eventually we're all joined in around the world holding hands.
Miri said, wish the whole film had subtitles because I always went to church with my mum, but she can't understand your accent. The film does have subtitles now. Last year, a kind person called Matthew on Twitter put subtitles on. Which
Get
is
some
really awesome.
lovely vlog foley of some of this lovely clanking. Just listen out for this.
My brother in the chat said more people have seen my arcane dance moves than I'd ever wish for. Oh, they crack me up every time, so you should be proud.
Keep your eyes out. Ears.
Anyway, yeah, coincidence. Oh man, I love coincidence. I love a good coincidence because it feels like it's, you know, everyone's got that thing where it's like where they tell someone and it's all like, oh, interesting. That's sort of what I love. Coincidence, man. Because that, in a way, all editing. Sorry, I think I'm being quite loud. All editing, or like not all the time, but I feel like 50% of editing is coincidence. It's finding matching eye lines or someone looking away at the right time and being like, oh yeah, they were just talking about a relationship they had and their eyes looked down, and that can make sense. Or like a match cut where, you know, something happens like that, and it's not. I feel like something that I realize is like it's not dismissive to think like being like. Just because something's a coincidence, it doesn't mean it's not important because you've noticed it, you know. And I think
relaxing to be by the sea sometimes.
Loud that bit, isn't it? Distortion. And again, I think just letting moments like this, like, and not thinking that I had to put a voiceover on, was a big. I really enjoyed making this. It really, it genuinely, like, it was a weird 2 years. But I genuinely enjoy it. I genuinely, looking back now, be like, I did get a lot out of that, and it was productive. I really love this bit. I wanted to do a bit where I just showed like. You got it? Yeah. I love that bit that my brother takes my camera, like something like that. Just like, I don't know. It feels like I wanted to do something about brothers. Just a quick little sequence, like, and is that I just like that I hold my camera out, my brother takes it, and it comes to other clips of doing the same.
That is beautiful. Look at that.
That is amazing.
Someone said, is this the same trip as the countryside? Yes, this is. Yeah, we went out, just drove the car and to a little bit. Each time I go back home, it comes up with a little returning home title. But yeah, this is. Also, guys, bikes. There was going to be a big old thing about bikes, guys. Bike beards, bikes, and bitbadors. It's just drowning.
Where's the bike? Oh, there.
Right there. I know how it feels, buddy.
But again, yeah, sort of just letting the slum. I love like slice of life. Oh, excuse me, sorry, slice of life films and stuff. And so moments like this, it was nice realizing that I didn't have to put a voiceover or feel like I had to say something about like Doors. Remember Doors, guys? And kind of just, you know, those days where like sometimes you get back after hanging out with your mates and you're like, I think I was completely in the moment. I don't think I really thought about being alive. Like I was just truly there, and I feel like. This bit when I had a little adventure with my brother, that's what that sort of felt like, and I was trying to do with the editing. Just it didn't always have to be like, oh, this Door thing's on my mind. It's just like being with my family and having a nice weekend away has stopped that, and it's just living in the moment by the sea. DSLR camera. She's a LARPer, live role action player. And she's got a DSLR. I love her.
Tomorrow I go back to uni.
But the way I sort of decide to put something in, I saw someone ask a question earlier, or maybe it was on Twitter, who asked like, how do I decide what to put in like this video specifically, I guess. And I'm always sort of thinking with the footage, like, is it related to the sort of overall theme, I guess. Like I love that lady saying, can I fire this? I did have a chat with her afterwards, actually. I seem to remember about not being able to fire the gun and saying she won't be able to do it later. I included that because I was like, of something I was trying to talk about in the video was putting things off and delays, and like how when I was younger I used to think about angels filming everything, so I didn't have to say anything now because someone would work it out, someone would see it later. And it's like that thing where I feel like it's okay to be like to think about things like that and be like, oh yeah, this relates to the thing, and it's not like you making something of nothing. I think finding moments like that and realizing them are quite important, I think, when you're editing something. They're all the little muscles that connect it together, I guess.
It's the feeling, and you can beat yourself up over that because you can't get close to the actual thing, but you can never get close to the actual thing. You just hope this keyring will be enough. Of course it can't comprehend everything, but
Do you need a key to get back into the door, mate?
What journey have you been on?
Just a little something I learned from, a giant and his penis on a hill. Parents are going to watch this.
Lillian said, you sang this lovely emotional commentary with this giant green man that...
If you were confident about it, you'd just ring him up and be like, John, I've locked myself out. Deal with it.
Facing my demons, and you're my demon.
Yeah, John, you're a demon. And then you hang up immediately. John, you demon.
Hi, you demon.
Then you call him back. Sorry.
I was facing my demons, I'm sorry, let me back in.
Hello there, it's Mark. Hope you had a nice weekend away. I was just calling to ask if I can talk about the beer situation with my keys.
This shot of me standing in the snow, fun fact, that broke my camera. Everything after this point is filmed with a different camera. Well, it's the same camera, but a new one. Turns out cameras don't like all that snow, because snow's water, really, eventually.
Edge off, let's plummet ourselves into darkness.
Yeah, so that broke the camera. Again, not really a fun fact. That's
inside a cave.
Yeah, just logos.
15,000 people used to
I kept that bit of my brother singing M-I-C-K-E-Y. I can't remember what he was singing. Mickey Mouse theme tune. I kept that in there because he said the word key. He spells the word key.
Because,
I mean, maybe that's a bit doors. Yeah, okay, might was too much, but I like that.
So, make sure you sang quite quietly at church. And if you're going to watch a film, put the subtitles on.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not.
Someone in the comments recognising the shed. Yeah, again, I really tried to. When I was making it, I was like, I always used to. I should clarify maybe, but yeah, when I was making videos when I was like 16, in my teen years, I used to vlog in a shed because, when you're a teenager, you don't want your parents to be hearing all your vlogging thoughts. So go in the shed, and then you can just be vlogging however you like.
Don't burst me. Interesting, isn't it? Two very contradicting ideas, just all bubbling about up there. Deal with that, brain. The cave managed it, fine. World War II bombings, and then later they just ended up filming Doctor Who, running around chasing monsters. Decades after, I should clarify, not at the same time as the Blitz. The show hasn't been invented for another 20 years. That'd be very British, though, if they were filming Doctor Who. Keep calm and carry on, yeah, but not to that extent. Our tour guide mentioned that there were rooms...
That bit of me and my friend MJ, who I lived with at the time, and I live with now, I've moved out, this is a London flat, and I live with my friend MJ, who's in this video. I love that bit where he says, John, you demon. That always makes me laugh how he says that.
You can't just walk around telling us all things that definitely won't happen. Around the corner there's a T-Rex made of gold.
Someone said, do you find it harder to start new projects or finish them? Definitely it's harder to finish them. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like, I don't know, because I feel like starting a new project always feels quite vague. Like thinking about something feels like you've started a project. So definitely I feel like it's
ghosts or not. When he said that the people in the caves lived down there for years without ever knowing when they would come up to see sunlight again, I just thought, how could you stay hopeful for so long when so much uncertainty is flying overhead? It's one of those things where what even is hope? Is it just asking, well, it can't get any worse, can it? Then say, well, no, don't tell me the answer. With certain diseases, like Parkinson's, which is a progressive disease, which doesn't mean it's just got a very modern outlook on the world. It means it gradually gets worse. You lose dopamine in your brain, like you lose light. It controls movement. And although you can take medicine, it's only ever trying to increase something that is rapidly decreasing. So you have to take more of it, and so you find yourself having to run faster the more tired you get to catch up with normality. The tour guide regularly told us to stay together in the cave, but you often find yourself trying to navigate your own way through the darkness, or trying to process the dark separately. Hands running against the rough cave walls, drops of rain coming through the ceiling, like how the kitchen tap drips. I remember when my mum told me my dad had Parkinson's 10 years ago. I was in the kitchen because I remember the tiles. My mum knelt down and she said, I'm going to look after us. I'm going to try my best. And I didn't even know what Parkinson's was. Just, do all adults get this? Is that what we're having for dinner? I think it's the only thing I remember from that year. And even if she didn't say it exactly like that, I'm going to look after us. She could have, because she has. Whether your light gets taken away, or there's ghosts, or you're getting creeped out by your own shadow, we just got to be, I think we've got to be kind with our interpretations of the darkness. And also being in the cave and learning about it reminds you got to be positive with life, because yeah, there are parts of life that can make you sad, but then there are other parts that can make you really sad. But, as a whole, it is all quite shit.
on the Grumblies come in the dark.
Stop it.
Can you feel the Grumblies, man?
Mum, can you feel...
I'm having fun with hotkeys, guys, tonight, if anything.
I'm like, Mum. Is this part of the tour?
I've no idea.
Really getting to the anticipation here, ladies and gents. There's a good quote. Anticipation is both the mother and father of your...
I'll tell you what, guys. This bit here, everyone was told to, like, you know, not have their phones out because we want to be immersed in light. I felt so awful because I turned my... I'm obviously filming this, but it's buried against, like, my coats. You can't... Because my screen light it lit people up. I was like, I'm ruining the immersions of darkness.
We all lived.
Not
happily, but we lived. Mum, is my Grumbly
guys? Guys, Grumblies.
Got me with their juice.
Did he get grumbled?
I got grumbled, Mum. The Grumblies got me with their powder with chalk fingers.
Smothering out chalk on his back.
How old are you?
24. 24, Ryan, pleasure to meet you.
In reply, he said...
Also, what I find weird about that time, like the fact that I'm now older than... I'm 25, Ryan is 24 in this video. Because I started making this video when I was 20, released it when I was 22, and now 25. Long old time, isn't it?
The maze belonged to a dude called King Henry VIII, and he owned a castle as well. Why have you got a maze in your back garden, you maniac? You maziac? Yeah, not everything's gonna be good.
Like a sick beat.
Everyone looks quite bored in old paintings, sort of just sitting there, probably because it's the past.
I wish I could remember the exact, like, it was a really surreal time. Like, it felt like a bit of a marathon editing all these clips together, because at some point around 40 minutes on the editing timeline, when it got to about 40 minutes, I was like, maybe I'm going to make a long old video. Maybe this is going to be a feature length thing. And I wish I could kind of remember the exact... Yeah, I say, like, the reason I'm doing this, and I've talked about I was going to do a director's commentary, I feel like, even though it's been only 3 years since I released this, I feel like I have learned a lot about creating stuff and talking about, and I know that might not seem apparent because I'm not the most regular video maker, but like I have I've kind of lost my train of thought, but like I feel much more confident talking about something that I've made and not feeling like it's bad, you know. Like it's interesting because I made this video and I don't think I've realised I'd made a feature-length video, and I think like looking back, I was looking at my tweets the other day. I only tweeted. We're getting into the social media aspect of it now, guys. Shave my beard as well. Beard metaphor's gone. I only tweeted about the video like once at the time, which is kind of like I put a lot of. I think I felt a weird thing of like, I don't know, but I basically feel, which is weird. I feel a lot more like I want to talk about this thing I did 3 years ago because I feel more confident being like, yeah, I did make a video, and it's okay to also say that it's a film as well, because I feel like sometimes it can be a bit weird, like calling something like because it's like I love vlogging and I unashamedly call this film a vlog as well, but I think I overcame like a bit of anxiety of being like, it's okay to say that it's a film. I don't know if this probably sounds weird, but yeah, I just learned it's okay to say that. Yes, I made a film as well as a vlog.
Hello. Yes, the other gentleman just put me through to you. I'm not the birthday candles. No, I'm the wishing well one. Well, I won't say what it was, otherwise in case it doesn't come true. No, there was no rainbow. Okay, well, next time I see a rainbow, I'll make sure that's the account number I use.
So then we just went to the maze.
Oh, you're just going around in circles.
Yeah, it's a maze. Ryan, he didn't ask to be the leader, but he was appointed the maze leader when it was he's walking in front of us. We all agree he's the leader. You're the leader, buddy. We're following the right.
Someone asked a question about university. Would you recommend film students to do this? I'm at the end of my first year, and I feel like I should be doing stuff more creatively outside. I'm not sure what you mean when you say this, like making your own projects, like, I guess, or I should be doing. I think definitely the thing, I wish I'd made more things at university. And also I don't know, in a weird way I wouldn't recommend making something as long as this, because I do sometimes think about, as much as I am proud of it, is sometimes, you know, late at night I'm thinking, I wonder what I could have done in those 2 years where I wasn't just zonked in on one project, you know. But yeah, just try and make as much of your stuff at uni, I guess. And also just have fun and don't beat yourself up if you don't. Again, I feel like I've been more accepting of myself. Vulture. Let's not forget that bit. Mum says we're going to be eating by a vulture in a bit. But yeah, don't beat yourself up if you don't make something, and if you do make yourself something, pat yourself on the back. I think at university or in general, it's fine.
Leave us in here to die. Follow the right wall in a maze, and you'll get to the centre. Or is it the left? Oh, has he done it? He's bloody done it. We didn't get to the centre though. This is the this is the entrance. I thought we were going to the centre.
Oh, I'm not going in there again.
Look at everyone's face there. Different reaction.
Right.
I guess out.
I think that's maybe one of my favourite things Ryan said on camera, because it feels like something Han Solo would say. I don't know. I think that line. The way he's got his hands on his hips and just trying to cover up, like, I thought we'd get us out. I love that. Callum said, highly recommend all film students, indeed all students, lock themselves out of their room. Yeah, go for it, guys, and grow a big bushy beard as well in the process.
I forget my left. What's left and right? It happens. Right. I mean left. All right. I forgot my left and right. I'm getting confused. My arms are tired. Okay, we're doing good. Just push it down if we can.
Like emotions, Mars. Is that themes?
Grab it quick. There's bushes on your head. Okay, let's hit into the bush.
I'll let you in on this is what the insight's for, the director's commentary. I thought I was really annoying. I mean, maybe I am, but I thought I was really annoying in this footage of failing to give directions. And the reason I included it, one, was because I realised maybe it's funny, maybe just being an idiot, not knowing what my left and right. Sometimes it's tricky, guys, isn't it? But also I was like, I've kind of featured my parents and my brother a lot, and kind of like, I should put myself in it being maybe a version of myself that I maybe wouldn't be as comfortable on camera, which is, being an annoying boat boy who doesn't know his left and right.
Should we drift forever? We're just going to drift forever, guys.
Also, the disposable cameras, that's a bit more, again, like the beard thing. Good job the beard metaphor went, because it's like the disposable cameras is also a bit of like a through line that keeps coming up and stuff. Because I used to, again, as a kid, used to just take loads of disposable cameras, and then I stopped, and I like that they feature, and not even like I like that it doesn't make I didn't try to make too much of a thing, but I like, oh look, I'm taking disposable cameras just like I did as a kid. And again, they kind of just come up a bit like, you only realise later that you've done something. Like the first time the disposable camera, a new disposable modern day Miles camera photo comes up, it's not even like I don't even talk about it. I like that it just. Said the boat scene earlier with my dad holding onto the tree saying I'll hold his hair. I like that a lot.
You can think about doing something for so long, but then when it comes time to actually doing it,
it's gone.
It just seems like the weirdest thing. It's like, why would I do this thing now once when I've done it literally a million times already in my head?
So I did cut out the metaphor, the jump cut. There's a big beard bit. We don't need to know every time there was going to be a beard bit, do we?
I never have to have a chat again. I've developed a very successful franchise of screenplays based on the scripts that I write before I have a phone call.
Also, this is the same woods that I filmed a video ages ago called How Many Birds Are There in a Human Body? But I'm like stood on the opposite side of the tree. Is that fact?
Oh, come on.
I mean, it's definitely a fact, but I don't know if it's fun.
If I ever find that I've got a good idea, like when I was back at home, I finished working on a little script idea, very happy with it. Then I sent it to a friend and they said, this is kind of just the Shawshank Redemption set in space. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that can happen sometimes. It was annoying as well, because I thought it was quite a clever idea. I mean, I guess it still was a little bit clever, because it wasn't clever quick enough. Hey, it's Nut Lover 95. When you get an idea, it's very easy to just be like, oh.
Just Nut Lover 95 is in this one, guys. Just a squirrel, and we'll call him Nut Lover 95.
I just think, yeah, soon. I'll do everything soon. Oh.
Again, I had that TV bit in, because I was kind of thinking, like, I need to remind people that of when I was a kid, right at the beginning of the video, where I used to believe, like, angels would show people stuff later on TV.
Mouth. Is this how all adults just walk around and live life? can't be a man.
Yeah, so I say I worked on this for 2 years, which I kind of did, but I'd say the entire like production of like filming these vlogs things, I kind of did it in about 6 months. Like I remember from every day I'd go into that wood vlogging space and filming, and then I'd come back and be like, oh no, I completely didn't get this point right, and then go back and film it again.
Probably make that quite nicely if I just get a little bit of a run up, keep backing up, keep backing up, keep backing up. I am now walking in the other direction. What can we say? Which sentence will take us to the right universe? Sometimes you just want to take a moment to pause for a minute to work it out. Which direction is going to minimise the confusion? Go left or right, backwards, slowly, by the sea, rest your head. Same, buddy. Same. Everyone wants to be able to say something.
Someone said, do you script it? Not really. It's a mix, you know. You kind of that's what I love about vlogging as well. You kind of, I feel like you've got to let yourself just improvise and just say whatever's on your mind to the camera, but you know, it's never a bad thing to be like, oh no, I do have something I want to say, but I'm not quite, you know, to sharpen it a bit and script it a little bit. But it depends really, whatever I'm trying to say. And I feel like most vloggers have their own approach to that, where I feel like most vlogs are probably a mix of people, in the same way that when you go to a party, like, all right, I'll have this story in my head.
You're not fine. Sounds like a game show. You're not fine. And you can either go, whoa, no, what? I am.
This whole ending bit was me kind of realising that I need to be getting to a point. Like I've been going, people have like hopefully watched me going back home and enjoying time with my parents, but you know, has this been leading anywhere?
You know what it is? I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. I don't know what to say. Fuck. I'm pissed off. I can't even say anything about it. I'm pissed off. All I can say is just, oh, I don't know what to say, which is like, you might as well just say nothing. I'm pissed off that I think it's a better idea to just have potential instead of actually just doing something you're scared of doing and it turning out bad. I'm pissed off that when I say something, I hate how it sounds. I'm pissed off that I physically feel the words get pulled back down my throat when I want to say something. I'm pissed off that I can't even... I'm pissed off I was so awkward at university. I'm pissed off that I overthink so much. I'm pissed off this sounds so melodramatic. I'm pissed off that I just disappeared into myself. I'm pissed off that I've wasted so much time. I'm pissed off, man. Pissed off. My dad has Parkinson's. I'm pissed off that my parents don't get the life they could have had. I'm pissed off I don't know how to calm things down. And pissed off. I'm pissed off that it's taken me so long to try and just say that I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off that saying you're pissed off isn't very productive. I'm pissed off, I keep saying I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off, I think such silly thoughts.
So I kind of knew that I had to go and have an ending for this video, you know, I didn't know what it was, but I was like, I kind of need everything to have led somewhere and to kind of give someone who a reason to be like, okay, I've watched you going home and it's been a bit of fun, but what is the you know, was there anything else you wanted to say? And I love this. I edited this bit, like with the bike coming past and this dog would come to me in a sec, 'cause I really liked it with the idea of like the world being repopulated, that and like things were coming back to me. So yeah, this bit, for example, like I didn't script this. I just went into the woods being like, I have to go into the woods and then come out of the woods having filmed an ending.
Or the thing, when you remember all the things.
And I kind of thought, like, interesting enough, like, I really love the Trainspotting, and I just recently watched Trainspotting 2 in the cinema, and obviously the famous bit in Trainspotting is a choose life speech where he repeats choose life, and I was like, I love that so much. And I didn't really script anything, but I kind of, as I was saying it, the reason I think I cried as well was kind of the relief of feeling like maybe this could be the ending. So it was kind of a weird mix of being like, geez, it's kind of nice to get this, geez, I don't really say geez, maybe the first geez of 2021, like, geez, I've got this thing off my chest that I didn't really know I needed to say until I'm in the woods, and also, I think this could be the end of my video. And I kind of like just say, like, in the moment, I remember just really enjoying saying I was pissed off, and it feeling like nice to just repeat it and not to have to have overthought. Because I did go into the woods having scripted something to answer a previous question. It was a bit more of a monologue thing, and I think I did record it before that. And I think that kind of added to the pissed off thing, that I was just like, that's not a good ending.
And you don't have to worry about how you feel in these moments, because they are such small moments. You feel without thinking, and you speak without worry. And I think if we found a way to collect and save all these small moments, we may see that we've led an entirely different life altogether that's set in these quiet, small moments outside of confusion, that are akin to some sort of feeling of paradise. Where did this start? Maybe this was always meant to happen, being locked outside my door for what feels like 2 years. Or at least for about an hour. Maybe my bedroom door's been waiting for me for all these years, since the beginning of time, when the universe burst into being, gravity slowly gathering all the dust into clumps that became...
If you need a space sequence for something you're working on, put paint in milk, mate. That's what this is.
And from that dust would grow trees.
Now I'm going to say that's a fun fact, isn't it?
Tried to climb up at the age of 12 and falling out.
These sequences of space, put a bit of paint in milk and then put some glitter in it.
Those trees will become a door.
I mean, not this one. This has a massive effect on it, but
amongst the dead.
My brother just said in the chat, I like that all the introspective bits happen in the woods. The trees will listen if nothing else. And earlier in the video, there is a bit where I interview trees and put a vox pop on the trees. They're silent, but they've got a lot to say if they could. And it's almost themes, really. I'm sorry if I'm not replying to all these. I'm so grateful for everyone in the chat and all these comments. I'm missing quite a few of them because I'm trying to look between screens, but thank you, and I'll try and go back afterwards and hopefully answer them. Yeah, you can kind of tell it's milk then.
I'm just heading to the train station because we just started.
In that one, you can kind of tell it's milk.
We're doing a little documentary.
Just in that one, you can kind of tell it's milk.
Film some stuff about London and film some people in London.
Doors.
We should be getting on this train that's just about to leave, but Lillian, producer, and Ray, cinematographer, are running late.
What timing? What timing?
It was good being in London and filming things.
I really like this sequence. Me and my friends, we've all got handy cams. It feels like after admitting that I'm pissed off and having a cry in the woods, that it feels like reunited with, like, it's kind of like landing in another planet and seeing other humans, and you know they're humans because they look like you. I like that Ray and Lillian have camcorders for this project we were filming, and it feels like, you know, you're safe with a camcorder.
I lost their balloon.
It just made getting something as simple as a conversation on camera just seems so exciting.
Lillian said Ray and Lillian lived together in London and we were watching.
I can tell you from what I've seen from other cities, nothing like London.
Yeah, I should say as well, my friend Ray filmed a lot of those interview clips you just saw for that university project. We just went around interviewing people, and Ray interviewed a lot of people.
Nice name.
Thank you.
I've been singing from a little boy.
We met a lot of new people. And after a while, starting a conversation seemed like the strangest thing to have ever worried about. And again, sort of getting all the interviews with random people was kind of, you know, my original idea was like, at the start of 2016, it was like, I want to make a documentary about, you know, talking to my mum and dad and people. And I kind of like that, even though I was annoyed that I couldn't do that, but the feeling, it didn't go to waste. I could still make something from it. And I like that me and Ray and Lillian, we interviewed other people, which is kind of like, I've said I'm pissed off, I've exercised my muscles, we've talked about frustration in this video, I've filmed these other people's practice run, and now I can meet up with my mum and dad and hopefully get what I originally wanted, which is just them talking about.
Give me a sec, I'm scrolling.
Is there a time of a train?
Victoria, yeah?
My parents were also up in London for a hospital appointment. Big scroll, guys. That's a big scroll to Victoria. Literally, it couldn't be the furthest from the bottom. It couldn't be any more at the bottom, could it? And also, my favourite comment of this video. I mean, there's so many. Like, I'm genuinely overwhelmed every time I go back to that video to see how many kind of comments there are. One of my favourite comments is just, you know, on that train app, you can just tap the letter and it jumps straight to it. I did first get lost in the train station though. I was just like, oh god, one last bit of getting lost. Well, of course, before I talk to my parents. In Victoria tube station for the rest of my life. Until then, obviously, I'd ask for help. Also, fun fact, that little piano music there, that is a song that Tom Rosenthal did called What's Getting You Down, James? And I wrote the lyrics for that because originally there was going to be a musical number right here. Beard metaphors, musical numbers that were cut. Yeah, I wrote the lyrics and Tom very kindly lended his lovely voice and piano skills, and it was a song about someone ordering coffee. Eventually I got to the edit and I was just, well, I didn't film it, but I was just like, I don't think I can have a musical number thing here. We've gone on for about an hour and 20 minutes, mate. Let's just chat to the parents, open the door, and let's go to bed.
Is that okay if I film? Is that okay if I film?
I just thought that was really encouraging when he said, you know, we need to get through the next 30 years. And he said, like, if we can put something in place so that we don't have to retire early. I mean, I know it'd be lovely to retire early, but that's a huge financial worry. And you've got a good job and you enjoy it.
Like, it's quite strange because, like, yeah, the whole time, like, it seems quite simple, I guess, to just film two people talking, but you know, in an ideal world, this would have been the start of the original documentary until I started to realise that, oh, I'm struggling to do this thing. Why can't I film things? But I like that. Yeah, I've managed to make something out of it, and it's yeah.
He doesn't think it's going to be the answer. So we've got a couple of options. We've got this.
And fun fact, I'm shaving my beard whilst my parents are talking.
There's a line that goes under.
That's just still a bit silly. I'm not shaving my beard. I'm just listening.
Just infuses in.
They talk about drugs and medicine and stuff. It's all very serious. It's very serious listening.
They don't knock off because the brain. It's not something you just jump into. How long did you say that? Like the evaluation of
6 months to evaluate.
Yeah, six months to evaluate.
What do they do? What do they actually do?
Again, there's that sort of, as Nathan asked earlier, that sort of balance between real life and filmed life. As I was filming this moment, I kind of had to remind myself to just be in the moment and listen to my parents, because also a part of me, same thing where I was saying I was pissed off and kind of realised that at the ending. It was kind of nice to be like completing two things, like I'm sitting down and not that the conversation is rare, but the fact that I felt comfortable enough to ask, can I film this, and to film it, it's kind of nice to be like, oh mate, I could put this in my long old vlog.
It goes under here with the battery, and that controls. I suppose in a way it's like electric shock in your brain, isn't it?
It's quite dramatic effect, isn't it?
I just feel so much more positive today. I'm so depressed and so like can't see a way out of this.
Again, this 2-year process or mostly thinking about it, but eventually making it, I didn't really talk to I think like my brother knew that I was making a video. I don't know what it was about, or like, not that it was a big secret, but you know, like I didn't really tell my parents until I literally, the night I was going to upload it,
I sent it to my mum and dad and my brother. I made a Twitter thread, by the way, if you're interested in hearing more of me saying this. It's on my pinned tweet if you click it. But talking about how it was quite... I thought I had maybe... Like, I thought I told them that I was making this thing. But I kind of realised that, I haven't. And I hope that they think it's okay. And also, so I kind of sent it. I was sat on my... All my ears gone a bit funny, sorry. I don't know if the audio's... That's fine. I sent it to my mum and dad and my brother. I was sleeping on my friend's sofa in London after spending a day in the YouTube space. Didn't cut his finger, making felt. I sat on my friend's sofa at 2 a.m. His flatmates were asleep. I sent it to my mum and dad and Ryan and some few friends. My friend Lillian, who's in the chat, sent it to her. And just so like...
And I somehow managed to lock myself inside my bedroom
I was
back
so
at
excited
home.
that I found this footage of me locking myself in my bedroom.
It's a very similar problem to my current one.
Chuck a screwdriver up
He doesn't
the
know he's
window and I'll
left and
catch
right
it.
sometimes.
It's a very similar problem because it's almost the same.
But yeah, I remember that was such a great night. I sent it to my mum and dad, the video link. I think I turned my phone off, waited a cool hour and a half, turned my phone back on, and lovely. They were like, yeah, pop it on YouTube, mate.
What does Mum say? What a wally. Can you pass me a sandwich under the door? Just slip him in.
Cheeky, really. Pop a sandwich under the door. He's joking.
Night.
And then my parents just took the door off the hinges, which was quite nice.
Is that you, Dad?
And remembering that.
Yeah, I was so glad that I found that footage of me locking myself in, and my dad that fix was very simple because my dad just took the door off the hinges and sorted that issue. I kind of like that at university, or just when you move out, you're kind of fending for yourself a bit, and you've got to find your own way to do whatever the equivalent is of taking off the door off the hinges.
Oh no!
Shout out to my flatmate and friend Elliot there, who captured some great waking up vlog footage. Didn't ask him to do that, but I just left my camera around, and sometimes people would film things.
Yeah.
So this is it, guys. This is the moment that I'm collecting the keys. The long, was it 2 years? Was it a metaphor? Who knows? It's all fun and games. But Elliot, again, shout out to Elliot. He's in the car. He drove me to pick my keys up.
Kind of new perspective. I've been looking out at car windows, train windows, looking out the sea, hoping I'm suddenly struck with a greater meaning, which is a lot. You're asking a lot from a window. So instead, heading back to our university house with an envelope of keys, I just looked out the window and thought, it's gonna be okay.
Oh shit, no!
And then it won't be. And then it will be okay. And then it won't be okay. And for some reason, admitting things might not be okay. I felt kind of hopeful. Because I know things will get tougher.
Elliot's in the chat. Hey, Elliot.
I'm proud of...
Again, I'm pretty sure this is Elliot's footage as well. Shout out to Elliot. He put I don't know, I can't remember whose camera. I think this was Elliot's. Yeah, he put a GoPro
happy, your sad moments. And
again, and in the moment, it was something that I didn't think I'd maybe use. But again, you kind of, when you're editing something, Elliot's an editor himself, so it's kind of, you kind of realise that it's what the story needed. Like, I was coming back from the house, so I needed the car footage, even if I hadn't thought it was the most cinematic or whatever. You kind of just got to listen to what the story's telling you, guys.
And then it began to sound like waves. And then my housemates who's driving, it's like, what are you doing? Are we in a conclusion now? No, we're in a car, Elliot. Keep your eyes on the road.
Someone asked me what my favourite bit is of this video, and I think it might be this end sequence. Weirdly, it was one of the first things I edited at like 3 a.m. and I cried whilst editing just this little sequence here with the sound, because it kind of gave me a goal. Like, I think I edited this before anything else, and it was just like, it gave me hope that this is so nice. As well as everyone else, everyone who's in the chat, I feel like my pals are here. Thank you guys. Yeah, that little sequence there with this song, that's one of the first things I edited, and it gave me a little goal to be like, and I cried because I'd be like, oh, there could be something like that that's here. And there we are. I like the sound of the keys.
What? What's that?
Yeah, and everyone's going through their own battle. Housemates just shouting out in the middle of the day of something that they're going through.
Things or you will get kicked out. I don't see and I got much inside of me.
looking at those clips as well, seeing like pals in the chat as well as everyone else, which is really nice. It's really lovely, and it's nice to be like. Obviously, in the moment, you're grateful for your friends and stuff, but it's nice to look back and be like, yeah, Elliot just drove me to get some keys and put some cool dash camera on this thing, and other friends helped me with projects. And I like how, I like putting that in. I like as well reusing clips a lot in editing. I feel like that's quite, especially if you need to just fill room. I like that the reverse clip of all the gravity. I put it in reverse. I think it's coming back down a little bit. Well, that went really quick. I've been holding the toilet in for about 20 minutes, guys, I'll be honest. But thank you, everyone, for coming along to this.
I left my bloody light on.
Left the bloody light on.
I woke up the other day and thought I was late for my paper round.
3 years too late.
You think you have that drink quite a lot, don't you?
Yeah. It's just seared into my brain that I have to deliver the papers. When you do something for 8 years.
Did you have that long?
That's what happens. Yeah, I was the longest paperboy they ever had.
You didn't do it for 8 years, did you?
The Guinness Book of
For
Records.
8 years?
The longest paperboy.
Well, there we go. Thank you, everyone, for coming along and watching. And I'm so sorry if I didn't. Feel free if you wanted to get an answer for a question. No worries if not, obviously. But feel free to just tweet me and I'll try and answer it afterwards. But I really I think my friend Lillian said this, but I think it was when I was editing it. I really like that end bit of me and my family just in the back of the car. Like, it's not about, like, just to show that even though, you know, I do talk a bit about, you know, being pissed off and like sad things and or like family stuff, it can't, like, it doesn't have to be as complicated as that. Sometimes when you look back, it can just be a nice chat in the car talking about being the longest paperboy, or something in that vein. And a lot of moments are like that are just, they're not about anything else. They're just in the car and they're nice. And I like that the video, I ended the video just on a kind of unrelated thing, just to show that this is family, and it's nice, and it's a bit of a chuckle, all chuckling in a vehicle. It's nice to chuckle in a vehicle, isn't it, guys? Well, thank you. This is would you ever, Eleanor said, would you ever make another feature of all the years of vlog footage you've taken? I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be against it. I just think I'd have to find a better workflow where I feel like I'm in a much better place, like, in terms of, I don't think I would sink myself into a project and lose myself a little bit. It's all right now, I'm fine, don't worry about it. But so I think if I could, I'd definitely be up for doing another feature, but I think I'd want to maybe not, I don't know, do something new, maybe like doing, I don't know, there's always ideas buzzing around there. Who knows? We'll see. You captured all the in-between life moments so well. Thank you so much. That's really nice. Yeah, that's what I love. That's what I love about vlogging, guys. Thank you so much. This actually is so lovely that everyone's here and chatting and stuff. Because I think vlogging is so good. And I think sometimes, like, as an art form, I love it. And I feel like sometimes it can be a bit weird. Cool, like, did you refer to vlogging as an art form? Because I feel like, you know, sometimes it can be a bit of bad press. But I just think inherently, you can do so many things that I love with vlogging. It feels so... I mean, with any filmmaking, you do anything, I think, but vlogging just feels, I think because you're more aware of a person behind it, you can just feel free to do what you want. And also, what I love is, I did make a few notes that I didn't get to because I kind of got distracted. Let me just have a quick scroll. I love that, I love the idea you can explore the self across time in just a brief moment. That was one of my notes. Didn't get to the notes. Oh yeah, this is what I was saying. What I love about vlogs is, well, it can kind of divert people's expectations away, like based on how vlogging is kind of similar to documentaries, I guess. Like with an audience of documentaries, you kind of tend to relax into believing that what you're seeing or what you're being shown is the truth. Otherwise you wouldn't have been presented with it in the first place, which I think for vlogging is great because it allows you to stretch metaphors and blur the line between fiction and reality to get closer to feelings that I was mentioning earlier, which is what I love about vlogging. and again, and realizing that it's not you're not lying when you do that, because Matthew Devil, sorry if I'm pronouncing your surname wrong, Deville, he just commented saying one of my favourite films. Thank you so much. He's the guy who did the person who did the what they called subtitles, the video now subtitles, as of this time last year. So shout out to you. Thank you very much. Yes, Bo Burnham used vlogging. Yeah, in 8th grade. Yeah, 8th grade is such a good. I love like how well vlogging was represented and how much it was like a safe space for her. And yeah, 8th grade's great. Well, this is great, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I feel like I should. I might stay around just for 5 more minutes, just to answer any questions, or have a scroll back through the chat. But I would say as well, I think one of the biggest things I got from university, as well as like meeting people, lovely people that I'm still friends with today, is being introduced to like autobiographical documentaries, which I didn't really like. We had we like learned about like personal filmmaking, and it wasn't until then that I was like, oh god, like this is kind of vlogging. And what I was trying to do with vlogging, I didn't realize that vlogging, you know, obviously like everything had a history. And one of my favorite autobiographical like filmmakers is a guy called Ross McElwee. If you're into sort of like people filming their own life and trying to understand it, you know, over many years, check out his film Time Indefinite. It's really good. Make sure you're in a good headspace for it, because it's not that it's like too emotional, because he's really like funny, this guy, and it's quite deadpan, but it's about like him going through a lot of tough situations in his life and trying to find meaning in it, and he's a massive inspiration for me of filming life and stuff. This is great. Thank you so much. Well, yeah, this has been 3 years since I uploaded the film. It feels, yeah, I feel like looking back, I feel like I've grown, which is nice. It's kind of nice to have this film as a touch point to gauge where I am, like to the point where I released this 3 years ago, and like I didn't even like do all the, you know, YouTuber promotional thing. Like I should have. Like now I'm looking back, I'm like, why didn't I tweet about this quite a lot more? I only tweeted about it like once at the time, you know, which is, I think, was me being uncomfortable, being like, I don't want people to think that, you know, you're bigging yourself up or making something too much of it. So I guess that would be just a little bit of advice at the end of the stream, that it's okay to hang on, here we go. So what am I going to say now? It's okay to if you're making something, you're it. I guess like people like artists, if you're an artist who puts like inspiring artist, or if you're a musician who puts inspiring musician, like, you know, if you do the thing, you're not aspiring, you know, you are it. And I think for so long I thought I had to wait for someone else to tell me I was a video maker, or get permission from someone else. And it's kind of in the last few years since making this thing where it was like, oh no, hang on, and it's not like arrogant or anything to think that I've made a thing, so I think I am it, you know. So I guess that's a bit of permission. If you've got aspiring in your Twitter bio and you do the thing, then you are the thing. We can all be the thing, guys. As in the great rock monster from Fantastic Four. He's a good character, isn't he, actually? Not one of my favourites, but they're all quite good, aren't they? It's now when you take off the hat and give a hair over, and it turns out the top of your head is bald. Can you imagine that? No, you can see little tufts here. I suppose the top could still be. Aquanoctis, my brother there in the chat, second that. Be the thing and you are the thing. We're all the thing, guys. So, we can all be the great rock monster. Hannah, perfectly put. Guys, we can all be the great rock monster. It's 2021 and we can all be the great rock monster. Stretchy Man, I blame Nargles. Yeah, he's a great one, isn't he? He's a great one, actually. Yeah, that's the hair there, guys. Just a little hair reveal. I know we all wanted to see that. It's quite, it's interesting. It's just living its own life and it's having a good time with it. Anyway, let's, and that's, is that maybe the coolest I've ever looked, actually. God, the volume's actually, it's interesting how deep the hat was. Like, the volume's so much louder without the hat on. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. If I'm going to look through this chat, I apologise. I saw so many good questions in that I just was distracted by too many screens. if you would like an answer to anything, just tweet me or anything, and I'll get back to you. But right, let's wrap this up. It's 8:34. I'm gonna stand up on my big wooden chair, which is just here, guys. Just a big wooden chair. The back actually not as bad as you would maybe think after a big wooden chair. Lillian's asked a big question. I'm curious to how this might have changed you privately when it comes to being vulnerable, as with the tree scene. We're wrapping up now, Lillian. We can't be getting to how this might have changed me privately. We'll see you in like 2024 for another feature-length vlog about that. But positively, I guess, is the short answer. Allowing myself to be vulnerable and deciding to upload something, I think, made a lot of changes in my own life where I was like, all positive. I think I'm glad I made this, and I'm glad that everyone has been here in this live stream to chat with me about this. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm currently working on another YouTube video at the minute for my main YouTube video about sort of moving out. This is my London flat, and sort of the experience after university. It's not an hour and a half, so don't worry about it. And hopefully I'll upload that within the next month. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So I guess this is what everyone says, isn't it? It's sort of follow me on all the socials to keep up to date. Oh damn! Why didn't I put a hotkey for that? Hotkeys for everything. Hotkeys. I didn't do a hotkey for that. It just came up. Well, thank you guys. Genuinely, this has been great. This has been a great night. It's almost a bit too much energy for this late in the evening to be putting all this music in the world. But yeah, I hope everyone's staying as well as they can be right now, wherever they are in the world. Appreciate you. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Honestly, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. You're all great. You are the thing. Be the big rock monster that you know you can be, or you already are. You already are the rock monster. Love you all. Okay, bye. Oh, I didn't end it. That's embarrassing.